What's up, Lego Builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios. It's finally time to take down Geonosis. I'm kind of sad. I thought about keeping it up longer, but I was like, why? Why would I keep it up longer? You know, it just kind of sits here. I don't really look at it that much just because I'm so busy with Cheronomoidea. You know, I'm focused on other projects, so I feel like might as well just put it away now instead of having to put this take this mock apart and that mock and my castle mock all at the same time, you know. So it might be a little bit wiser to try and take them apart in different phases. That way they're not all trying to be dismantled at the same time. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everyone. Let me pull up the chat and see who's hanging out today. Pull up the chat. We got a lot of people today. We got Swagger Plays. It's not a mistake. It's a masterpiece. Grayson Zutarek. Welcome. Our Shark Productions. Sky Guy. SpongeBob. Dual Productions. Conflict Bricks. And TK0307. DP Bricks and Team Anakin Skywalker. How is everyone? How's life going? I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Hey, Scott Davis, how you doing? You should save the... Oh, yeah, definitely. There's no way I'm taking apart the AV7 cannons. There's no reason to take them apart. There's no need. So I'm going to keep them built. I'm doing pretty good. What's up, Commander Wolf? Welcome. Doing pretty good. Today, I'm actually judging the contestants for the mock contest. So... that video should be out on Thursday. But I'm picking the winners today, then, you know, I gotta put the video together. Excuse me. Hey, Bacon Bricks. What up? What up, my dude? And Wookie Brick Studios, how you doing? We're doing pretty good. I'm pretty tired, as you guys can see. Been going to bed too late. I need to start going to bed earlier. There's just no need for me to stay up so late sometimes. You deserve way more subscribers than 12.5. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm hoping Cheronomoidea will help skyrocket me up to, you know, up closer to 20K. What'd you guys think of this last update of Cheronomoidea? I'm getting really close to being done. Real close. All right, I'm gonna drop a little thing on Instagram saying that I'm live. Just in case, you know, anyone didn't see the notification but wants to join. Taking apart Geonosis. So, now that I'm taking apart Geonosis, what do you guys think is like a good lifespan for a mock once it's done? Like, do you guys like to keep them together for a couple weeks, a month, a day? For me, it kind of depends on if I need the parts or not. Like, if I could, I would keep all my mocks built because I think that would be really fun and it would be a cool way to display them. Just to see how you've gotten better, see all the different mocks you've built, techniques you've used. Obviously, though, I need the space and parts, so I can't do that. But I try to keep them built as long as possible. So for like the bigger ones like this, it's usually about a week or two. This one was longer than usual. Smaller mocks that I don't need the parts as bad tend to be longer, like a couple of months or so. I'm happy with the amount of clones and droids you have. Don't worry about it, dude. No struggle. That's good. I'm glad you're happy with the numbers. I'm a little nervous about it just because you can only fit so many clone troopers in that city, you know? So it won't be like the largest clone battle ever. But I'm hoping, you know, people will get like, you know, that mock's only so big, you can only fit so many clone troopers on it. I'm thinking of adding a mix of white and gray bricks to the top of the mountain. Could help make some illusionary clouds. Yeah, that could be cool. I'm kind of at the end of my budget, though. It's kind of like what you see is what's going to go down at this point, just because, you know, out of money. And I'm so close to being done that it's time to just end it. Hey, Coconut, why do you look like Jared Leto? I don't know. Personally, I don't think I look like Jared Leto. Does he have long hair and a beard? Is that why? For you, a month. For me, eternity. That would be nice. Coconut Brick Studios sent you an email with the link to my mock, but you probably haven't seen it yet. Alright, I'll check it out. Did you send it in before the deadline? Hey, Director KW in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm taking down Geonosis. It's a bittersweet. I really, really, really liked this mock. I had a lot of fun building it. I feel like it turned out really good, so I'm really sad to take it apart. But there's no reason to keep it built because I don't really have anywhere good to display it. And so I don't want to have to take apart this one and Kato Nemoidia at the same time. So I figured might as well, you know, use this opportunity when I don't have much else to do on live streams. I am going to be keeping part of it built. I'm not going to take apart the whole thing. I'm actually going to leave this little section right here built. And I'm going to keep one of my cannons on it. And it's going to be like a little display to kind of like showcase my cannon. So it'll be like a little mock that's built around the anti-vehicle cannon, which I think will be cool. And it'll be nice to have some more mocks because I don't have too many of my mocks that I can just display in my room. So I've been wanting to be able to do more small mocks that I can keep built. Hey, what's up, Ultron Gamer? Welcome. I would keep my mock up for a year. Really? You wouldn't get bored of it? What if you got tired of it, just wanted it gone? I might leave for a bit because of bad snowstorm. Sounds good, man. I mostly design vehicles, so if I end up getting parts for them, I never take them apart. That makes sense, yeah. Vehicle mocks, I feel like, are probably different than terrain ones just because there's no reason to take that vehicle apart. And, you know, typically, the vehicles tend to use a little bit less parts. So you don't have to worry about reusing them as much. Building a Book of Boba Fett finale mock. That'll be cool with the Scorponok droids. No, sorry. I just thought to email you because you hadn't seen your comments vid with a link. Don't worry, I did finish it before the deadline. Alright, I will make sure to take a look at it today when the stream ends. Are you going to make a video of all the mocks entered in the contest? I won't be able to include all of them. I had about 100 entries, so it would be a long video if I included everybody who entered. But it was really cool to see all the different entries. I made sure to look at every single entry and leave some kind of feedback because I really do appreciate people taking the time to enter my contest. Oh, use it in mini movies. That makes sense. How deep is your Lego box wall? It's just 1 deep. But it is pretty tall, though. It's taller than I am. Not too bad. Going to be trying out a different job starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Hopefully it'll work out and I can put my 2 weeks in my current job. Oh! Big changes for Director KW. Changing jobs is a big deal. Hopefully it's an upgrade, man. I'm doing pretty good. Just business as usual for me. I've been cranking out the progress on Kato Nemoidia. Yeah, tons of entries, Scott. I think the last mock contest had about 70, so this one is definitely had a lot more, which was cool. Hey, Coconut, how many gunships you want to include on Kato Nemoidia? I'm going to have 2. I'm going to have a regular one and a Wolfpack gunship. Do you have a Lego TIE Reaper? I do not. No TIE Reaper here. I'm actually in the process of getting parts to build a very giant custom ship. Not designed by me, it's designed by someone else, but it's really cool looking. It's minifigure scale and it's from the Clone Wars. So I think probably in the next couple of weeks I'll start streaming the build for it. It's for a future mock project that'll be coming up later this year. And I've just wanted to get one of these kinds of ships for a while. If you guys have any guesses, feel free to drop them in the chat. It's from the Clone Wars era. It's a pretty popular ship. In my opinion, it's very underrated. So far, I have done half of my Book of Boba Fett finale mock. I built a Rancor and a few little sand buildings. So that's cool. Custom built, brick built Rancor. That must be tough. I've only tried to do an animal once, and that was the Famba for my Naboo mock, and it turned out all right. The coloring was all wrong, but I didn't really have any green parts at the time to use for it. All right, let's get you out of the way. It is, LOL, I would at least work between 40 and 45 hours a week, get paid every Friday, and have my weekends permanently off. Beats more than working at 4:30. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Well, that's exciting. I hope it works out for you. The reason I asked is because I'm putting together a TIE Reaper. I'm not really sure what the TIE Reaper looks like. No, it's not the roller tank. No, it's not a Venator, I'm guessing. No, it's not a Y-Wing. Make sure to go to bed early. I know, I need to go to bed early tonight. I really do. I have less energy. Like, I stay up late. Just because, nobody wants to go to bed early. And, the sooner I go to bed, the sooner I have to get up and go to work, so that's part of it too. But I just need to bite the bullet and just go to bed so that I'll feel better. Opinions on the Lego Ideas BTS. I don't listen to BTS. Not really my kind of thing, so I just don't really have any interest in it. I don't know. Not really into K-pop. It will be nice to have all these extra crates that I can utilize for Kato Namudia. Freed up a bunch of my crates. Also, if you're new to the stream joining recently, don't forget to smash that like button. I bet we could get to 60 likes on the stream. Do you have an ATOT mock build? I kind of remember seeing one in the background of Utapau and was wondering if I can find... I just have the set. I have the ATOT and dropship set, but I don't have any mocks of it. Me too, LOL. Helps more that I know a few people there, plus the boss is a close friend of mine too. Looking forward to working with him and learning new things. So is this are you going into a new field of work, Director KW, or is this like similar to what your old job was, just at a different place? Do you have any mock ideas for after Kid and Morty? I do, actually. I have both my secondary mock and my main mock picked out. I will be announcing my secondary mock probably next week. Maybe the week after. Probably next week. I should probably do it next week, prioritize it. That way people don't get confused and think that's what I'm doing next after Kid and Morty, because my secondary mock project is going to take the place of Geonosis. So it'll be a little bit smaller. I'm usually in bed around by 7 and get 11 hours of sleep. That's the way to do it. It's the way to get very rested. Getting shells for my huge Clone Wars droid and clone collection, hopefully like yours, but I'm building mine. Ooh, homemade shelves. It's exciting. Exciting. Do you want to include Anakin and Ahsoka scene in Kato? It's really iconic. That's from a different time in the Clone Wars. So this is going to be further along in the timeline. This happened after all that. Is the secondary one Clone Wars? No, the secondary one is going to be Imperial. I think a decent amount of people already know about it because I was talking about it earlier. But it's going to be an Imperial mock. I think we should get a Lego Dryden Voss. Yeah, I would buy that. I recently watched Solo the other day, and I was like, this is a really good movie. I feel like that one got a lot of undeserved hate for some reason, because I really enjoy it. Like, I will watch Solo over any of the sequel movies. Any of the movies in the sequel trilogy. Yep, new work environment and area. The only downside is it takes an extra 5 minutes to get to work, but I think we'll be learning how to be a mechanic. Oh, nice. I used to want to be a mechanic for the longest time. I've always enjoyed cars and working with my hands and stuff like that. So as a Lego designer yourself, I'm sure you'll enjoy a lot of aspects of being a mechanic. At least I would imagine you would. Yeah, me too, Bacon Bricks. That happens to me. Like, I'll lay down, and then, you know, before I know it, it's like 11. After 11, I'm like, oh, man. Wasted so much time on my phone. That's how it always is, though. Phones are such a huge time waster. I wonder if it's possible to get too much sleep. You can get too much sleep. If you get too much sleep, you start to get, like, lethargic and slow. But it's probably a lot harder to get too much sleep than not enough. It's kind of like water. Can drink too much, but I doubt anybody out there is drinking too much water. Solo's actually really good. Rogue One is the best. Yeah, Rogue One is my favorite. See you later, TK037. Was hated because of the Han Solo recast. Yeah, I have no idea why. That could be it. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Nolark? I haven't even watched Solo. Why not? It's a good watch. I'd recommend it. I get so tired and then go to my bed and I'm wide awake. Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. I've got a very active brain, especially if I've been building Legos. Because, you know, I'll build before bed and then I try to go to bed and I'm just too amped and I can't sleep. So then, you know, technically I am tired, but I'm just kind of amped up so then I don't go to sleep. Very annoying. How was the Book of Boba Fett in your opinion? The Book of Boba Fett, in my opinion, started off really... It started off okay, got bad towards the middle, and then kind of with the Mandalorian stuff, it improved. But I don't think that was good for the Book of Boba Fett, because if you need to bring in another character to make that TV show good, maybe you should just stick with that other character in his TV show. Like, it was entertaining. I liked it. I didn't walk away from it being like, I wish I'd never seen that, but I don't really have any interest in watching it again, and I just think, you know, obviously the Mandalorian was the bright spot of that. Someone on my last stream made a good point. I think it was Bricanics. How is Disney planning on, like, working in what happened in the Book of Boba Fett to Mandalorian Season 3? Because obviously a lot of things happened to the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett that if you haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, how are you going to know what happened? Like, how are you going to know about the new Starfighter, him being exiled from his little clan, what happened with Grogu, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. 5 out of 10. Yeah, that's probably what I'd give it. If I sleep too much, it can screw me up for days. It makes my sleep worse. Yeah. Yeah, it can be just as bad as not getting enough sleep. The effects of oversleeping are worse than undersleeping. I get too little sleep, then I just get a bunch of caffeine early in the day, and I go to sleep earlier that night. Yeah, I wish I could do that. Because I go to stay up late, and then I tell myself I'm going to bed early, and then nighttime comes, and then I don't go to bed. Alright, I gotta go grab some bins to store all of these things. Have you guys ever tried these Reese's Peanut Butter Cup eggs? My brother got me a bunch of these for my birthday, and I have just been devouring them. They're so good. Kind of ruins my dinner, though. For some insane reason, about 2 years ago during the beginning of quarantine, I modded like 50% of my sets, and now I'm in the process of getting them back to their original forms. That's annoying. That would be very frustrating. I try to leave my sets alone just because I want to keep them in like original condition, just in case I want to sell them, and like, I don't know, it's just, there's just something about keeping your sets in original condition, you know? I don't know what it is. grab all that. Happy B-Day whenever it was. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was yesterday. Working on medieval mock. Nice. What kind of medieval mock? Yeah, it could have had a lot of scenes or flashbacks to the comics before the time of the Clone Wars. That would have been really cool. I would have enjoyed that. 5.5 out of 10, 3.5 out of 10. I was just watching an episode of season 5 of the Clone Wars. That's a solid season. Boba is so trash in the new show. I know he's older and stuff, but he's still getting his butt kicked by street rats. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the street gang at all. That was rough. That was like sequel trilogy level of bad. Something about Geonosis colors and mocks is so appealing. It's just such an iconic color. It's just, you can't go wrong with dark orange. Small road in a camp. What kind of knights are you using? Mmm. Delicious. Delicious. Alright, got all that cleaned out. Now the mock is back to its original bear form. I'll put these guys behind me. I wish we got a Attack of the Clones style Star Wars movies. Make them actually good. That would be cool. Hope you had a great birthday. Hope you didn't party too hard. No, didn't party too hard. Just chilled. Did some stuff. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Black Falcon and Bear Knights. Bear Knights are where it's at. I love the Bear Knights. Boba let everyone tell him what to do. I'm like waiting for this guy. I'm like, wait, this guy questioned Darth Vader. Is it not his character not to be told what to do? I agree. He was very... kind of like what they did with Luke. They took someone who was very different in the original trilogy and then like went in a completely different direction with who that character was. And I, for one, did not enjoy it. Alright, now I gotta adjust this. I'm gonna put it over here because I'm gonna keep this section like that, just kind of like a little oval. What is your favorite ever Star Wars set? My favorite set, it's got to be the 2013 ATTE. I wish I was able to get 2 of the Clone Trooper Command Station. Nice. You going to pick up any more of those, or are you happy with the 2? Oh, I got a bunch of droids I got to clean up as well. Can't wait for TBC Mock Competition Season 3. It's very entertaining, but it's very hard to stream when he's doing it because he's always streaming. And so like I felt like whenever I was doing a stream, he would then schedule one. So it's hard to work around that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the mock in half right here. Move this half to the side so I can take it apart. And then just kind of keep this section built. Because I want to take the edge of this section and scoot it that way. So I'm going to clean out this section, get it all put away, and then scoot this section here and then connect it. Anyone who tries to kill Boba, you're hired. Basically. What's up, Austin? How you doing? Will you ever take apart the Acclimator? I hope not. I have no plans to. Yeah, Bear Knights are super expensive. I would like to make Felucia mock and want to find a good mock for ATOT for that. Well, hopefully, I would recommend checking out Mr. Idler. He makes an ATOT mock that's really cool. Probably the best one I've seen. So I would recommend checking his out, and his instructions are free. So you don't have to pay for those, which is always nice. What about favorite non-prequel sets? I really like the UCS AT-AT. That probably would be my favorite one. Can't think of any others that I would like more than that one. Such a cool set. The only thing I would change about that set is I would make it an Endor AT-AT, not a Hoth one, just because we've gotten so many Hoth ones. I think it would be cool if we had gotten some speeders that were brown, some scout troopers, some stormtroopers, and then like a couple of Ewoks or something. I think that would have been awesome. Ironic, Boba's father killed by a Jedi, and he nearly killed by a Jedi, but he helped Mando try to save a Jedi, and he calls Vader an idiot. Yeah, he did all kinds of crazy stuff. He's a wild dude. I'm just not a party guy. Stay home like a Shelob in her cave, only ever coming out for any of Star Wars sets in the mail. Yeah, I don't go out very often. Hardly ever, in fact. It's not in my nature anymore. Prefer to work on my YouTube channel. Getting 5 of the little Clone Trooper battle packs that you did a review on, and Lego screwed up your order because my collection of Clone Troopers not the best. That's a great way to build it, for sure. Rest in peace, Geonosis. Very true. Thoughts on the Knights of Ren? I don't really have any thoughts on them. Just because I don't know, there's nothing, they didn't do anything, you know what I mean? There was nothing for me to watch or see them do. Think about the amazing Geonosis mocks that could have been made in 2013 if only Lego made dark orange pieces like they do today. Yeah, there definitely would be a lot more of them. It's always sad to see mocks being destroyed. I agree, Kyson. It's always tough, especially when the mock turns out really good. Hey, Tuscan! What's up, dude? Making my first Star Wars Tatooine mock. Very nice. Is it from the Book of Boba Fett? What's up, Admiral Dova and Doodle Fizz? Welcome. How you two doing? This is my daily schedule. Wake up, record some audio because no one's home for like 20 minutes. Go to school, get home, take a nap, and then just watch YouTube or build Lego until bedtime. Peaceful. That sounds very peaceful. Honestly, I wish I could take more naps. I feel like I would be more productive if I could take more naps because I find myself after lunch just kind of dragging, lethargic, tired. You know, I fight through it, but sometimes I end up just like laying on the couch for a while or doing something. And so it'd be nice if I just laid down, took a nap, and then woke up, you know, refreshed and energized. And just, I feel like I would be more productive that way. It's just sometimes taking a nap makes you feel lazy, you know? And, you know, I stream or I'm working on YouTube. That's another big reason is I'm just, you know, have stuff to do. Hey, what's up, EJ? How you doing, man? What you up to today? I'm doing pretty good, Admiral Dova. Just chilling. Ready for some warm weather. Did I ride that Knights of Ren hype train from 2015 to 2019 only to have it break to a screeching halt? Oh, for real, dude. Everybody was like, Knights of Ren! And then, you know, they didn't do anything in The Last Jedi, and I was like, alright, here it is. Rise of Skywalker, their time to shine. And then they don't do anything in that one either, and it was just kind of like, so what was their purpose exactly? It was almost like Disney kind of was like, well, we don't know what we could do with them, so we're just going to try and make them look cool. so people will be excited about him as long as possible. Boba Fett got soft and less of a good character. Yeah, he definitely was different from how he was portrayed originally. Funniest thing about the Book of Boba Fett is that they pushed the political topic of land rights and ancestral lands and that kind of stuff. They chose the most brutal, savage, murderous culture to do it. I did like the way they portrayed the Tusken Raiders. I liked that. I feel like it gave you a new look and perspective on them, which I thought was cool. Tell you what, though, I'm super excited for Kenobi. I'm holding a brick separator in my hand, but still using my fingernails for some reason. Not much. Finishing up some constructions. How you doing? I'm doing good. It's nice to be back to streaming on the weekdays during the day. A new look. They kidnapped Boba and held him as a slave. And then they didn't kill him. They welcomed him into their land. They welcomed him into their tribe. I feel like that's not really something you would suspect from what you previously saw from them. And kind of like told him about the different kinds of, you know, Tusken Raiders. Saw them interact with the Spice people. I mean, yeah, originally, the beginning of the episode, they were kind of the same. But I feel like they evolved from there. Yeah, we got to see that sometimes they'll be merciful and just enslave people instead of outright murdering them. And then welcoming that person into their ranks, you know? I would say that's pretty uncharacteristic of what we've seen from Tusken Raiders so far. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think Boba Fett shows so far? I'd probably give it a 10. I'd give it a 5, probably. 4 or a 5. I remember being in the NASA section of a museum in Chicago the same day as Star Wars Celebration Chicago. When the Rise of Skywalker dropped, there was super hype from that first trailer. Oh, I bet. Any recommendations for building an Imperial base? I'm actually going to be doing one of my first Imperial bases coming up soon, so I unfortunately don't have much to give as far as recommendations or advice because I've never really done one before. But after I do that, you know, I should have a little bit more experience under my belt. What do you think about Mando's ship? Oh, the N1 Starfighter. Terrible, terrible choice. Like a starfighter. He's a bounty hunter, you know what I mean? He doesn't need a starfighter. He needs a multi-purpose, basically like an RV, you know, something that he can really customize, live in, keep his bounties in. Like, what's he gonna do when he takes a bounty home? Is he gonna tie it to the back? Like, how is he gonna bring people back, dead or alive? Now he's just gonna have to kill everyone and just leave them. What do you think about? Oh, yeah, I already read that. What was your reaction to see Cad Bane? My reaction was, really? Why? It's not that I don't like Cad Bane. I just didn't really make sense to me. Just kind of pulled him out of nowhere. Kind of felt like, you know, just like, oh, who can we bring in? So, I don't know. I didn't really like that. I liked not really knowing what happened to Cad Bane. I liked the mystery that surrounded him. So, yeah, to me, he was always just this very mysterious bounty hunter. And then they took that away. When is the contest video planned? It'll come out later this week. They only welcome him after he saved the life of one of their species. Like, it's like their view is that others are bad until they are proven good, so it's fine to enslave them until they're good. Hey, I'm not saying that their philosophy is good. I'm just saying I enjoyed it. It was cool. And, I don't know, made sense to me. Like, if you're going to be a tribe that survives out in the desert, you got to be pretty harsh. It's kind of a survival of the fittest. I feel like the same morals that we have in and not morals, but like social codes of conduct are a little bit different than if we were all surviving in little tribes out in the desert, you know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. It was definitely fan servicing. Well, Mando's no longer a bounty hunter. He's in a new chapter of his life after he got kicked out of the Mando Club and met Grogu again. I mean, did it expressively say that? Like, just because he's not a Mandalorian doesn't mean he's not a bounty hunter. I don't remember at any point him saying he was done with bounty hunting. Episode 2 is the best. I don't even remember which episode was my favorite, honestly. I don't remember the different episodes. I'm going to put cheese slopes over here. Alright, I know the N1 Starfighter isn't exactly the greatest Star Wars that we've ever had, but at least we're getting a BD droid mold, which could lead to the Jedi Fallen Order sets. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't really have anything to do with him having an N1 Starfighter. That's just more of like, that's going with the Tatooine set. That doesn't have anything to do with that Mando was driving an N1. Like, BD would have been in that set regardless of what the ship was, because he was there in that scene. Welcome back, Swagger Player, and Darth Synac Productions. Welcome to the stream. Ordered 5 also. Are you talking about the Clone Command Station, or whatever it's called? For the longest time, I was calling them Clone Trooper Accessory Packs, and then suddenly I looked at the name, and it like wasn't that, and I was like, where did that name come from? Who started that? Do you guys think we'll ever get like Clone Wars related content again? Like whether it be an animated show, a live action movie, a TV series? Do you think Disney's closed the book on that era forever? Or do you think maybe we might return to it at some point? Manto is still a bounty hunter because he's still loyal to the... Oh, he's leaving us on a cliffhanger. One second, I gotta take this call. Hello? Yes, this is. I'm back. Since they are now making Fallen Order sets this year, next we could maybe get a Venator. Ooh, yeah, Venator would be sweet. 2003 Clone Wars show was good. I hope we can get more unique stuff like that. Me too. Oh no, it's Disney. They heard him trashing their stuff. They're like, hey, what do you think you're doing? Excuse me. Honestly, I think they're mostly done with it. Sadly, I believe they're going to push sequels after. I don't think they'll be pushing sequels ever. I think Disney realized how bad they bombed, because you can see it already. Like, they don't really hype it up. They don't talk about it. They're trying to, like, just bury it. There's no sets. I think Disney realized how unpopular that is, and I honestly would be surprised if we got more sequels related content. Hope we get a Stormtrooper show that is through the Imperial POV, not biased. I would watch that. That would be cool. I bet we will get something like Clone Wars Lost Missions Volume 2, which would basically be an extra dozen or two episodes that are partially complete, like Cad vs. Boba, Kashyyyk, Yuzin Vong. That would be cool. I'd watch that. Yeah, I honestly will take any kind of Clone Wars content. It's not like it could be any worse than the stuff we're getting now. The main reason I want Clone Wars content is because as a Star Wars mock builder, it's very important for me to, like, build what I love, obviously, do what makes me happy, but make sure my building is, like, stuff that is popular with current pop culture, you know what I mean? It'll just help with my views, it'll help more people recognize the mock and show interest in my projects, and obviously I'm a Clone Wars dude at heart, and I want to continue to do Clone Wars mocks, and so, you know, I'm hoping that the Clone Wars hype won't die. The love for Clone Wars. Because I really don't want to do sequels mocks. I guess I could do more Imperial era mocks, because, you know, that's always popular, but it's just, I'm not as passionate about that. It's just not the same for me. Do you actually enjoy taking apart your mocks, or are you dying on the inside? I really enjoy it. It's very satisfying to me, for some reason, to have all of my pieces sorted and put away. Like, I am excited for when I get Kato and Moiety all put away, and I can just come into my room, and I have this fresh, empty table ready for mocks. I've got all my parts put away and organized. I'm a very organized person. I have, and so taking apart mocks is very satisfying and very relaxing for me. That being said, it's not terribly interesting. I get bored of it pretty quickly. Coconut, is your Imperial base going to be replacing Geonosis or Kato? It's going to be replacing Geonosis. So that'll be like my secondary smaller mock project that comes out on Thursdays. My big one, my next big mock project, hasn't been announced yet. But let me tell you, it's a big one. I'm going to be switching gears from what I've previously done and do something I've never attempted before. So that's it'll be a little, you know, a little frightening, but that's good. That means I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I'm very passionate about the Empire. I can see you've got the Empire logo in your profile picture. I like it. Mandalorian is a culture, not a job description. Yeah, I agree. Like, you can have Mandalorians who do all different kinds of things as long as they're obeying their creed. Lego Republic Commando set would be really cool. That would be so cool. I'm actually, speaking of that, I'm going to be doing a Republic Commando Clone Wars mock coming up soon. A little surprise for those of you guys who came out to the stream. A little sneak peek, if you will. Again, the old EU is barely a touch market for mocks. Yeah, it is, but it's also, it's kind of that way for a reason. You know, it's not super well known. But I definitely would like to break into the EU at some point. I've been thinking about doing something there. Is the big one Clone Wars? You know it. You know it. I was going to do non-Clone Wars with the big one, and I was like, no, what am I thinking? That's ridiculous. I feel like Delta Squad TV show would be pretty dark. I would watch that, but it would be really cool, I think. But you know, they could make it dark, not dark, and it's kind of up to the director and the producer and whoever's in charge of the show. Disney. I want to see Lego make a Providence set. What's the Providence? What happened to David's Geonosis from the summer? Just dropped off after the mid-season finale. He's been working on it on and off. You know, obviously he had some personal big life things happen, which I think probably threw off Geonosis. But I was wondering the same thing, like when it's gonna come out, what he's been doing with it. Have you ever played Empire of War? I haven't. Into the Devil's Lair sequel. Ooh. Ah, we have... Someone remembers the old days. Into the Devil's Lair. That was a fun little mock. That was the first time I'd ever tried doing like that circle technique. Should I sell my Kashyyyk Scout Trooper since I don't use them in stop motions? I'd hang on to them. Hanging on to clones is always a good idea. They always go up in value. And plus, you know, even if you don't use it now, who knows, you might change your mind later on and wish you had it. Plus, you know, selling just a single one probably wouldn't make you very much money. So it'd probably be more worth it just to keep it. Empire at War is one of my favorite Star Wars games, especially with mods. What kind of game is it? For the EU, you could always do mocks that are about after episode 6 that have Grand Admiral Thrawn, Luke's Jedi Order, stuff like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff to do in the EU. It's just Clone Wars stuff is popular, and I want to ride that wave as long as I can, you know what I mean? Because that's truly what I'm most passionate about and what I get the most excited about. So I want to make sure I take full advantage. It's a real-time strategy game with space and ground battles. Huh. I'm surprised I haven't heard about this before. I'm going to have to check it out. I love me a good Star Wars video game. Name one minifig you really want. Oh, easy. Queen Amidala. I was actually looking at picking her up the other day, but she was $70 and I was like, $70 or, you know, a giant bricklink order for the mocks that I'm working on. So it's kind of hard to justify spending that much for her, but I would like to get her at some point. I bought some really awesome decaled clones from Clone Addict on Instagram. They're really cool looking. I'm going to use them in a mock after Cato Nemoidia is done. I think you guys are really going to like them. The old EU has tons of Clone Wars stuff before Filoni, the Clone Wars multimedia project. So this next project, I'm actually thinking about maybe doing something that's going to be related to the 2003 Clone Wars TV show. I think that would be pretty cool. Gotta go now. See you later. See you later, Doodle Fizz. Appreciate you stopping by. If you got to choose the next LEGO Star Wars play scale set, what would it be? It has to be from the prequels. Probably... I would do Dooku's Solar Sailor. I think that's a really cool ship, and it's only been done, what, once? Like 2008. So I'd like to see a remake of that. That would be a fun little play scale set. You could get that pilot droid, Count Dooku, maybe Yoda, maybe part of a Geonosian hangar. Mutilist. Have you thought of doing a mock on the very first episode of The Bad Batch, possibly right after Order 66 happened? I was thinking about it, actually. I don't know if I will end up doing one at any point though, but it definitely was on my mind at one point. It's hard because there's so many classic Clone Wars projects I want to tackle first, you know? Because I would like to do Camino at some point, to be honest. Like, I know it's done a lot, Rich Boy Jay's doing it, but that's just, it's such an iconic place. It's kind of like Geonosis. I want to take a crack at it. Obviously, I'll try and figure out a way to do it that it hasn't been done before, or at least a lot of times, you know, just to make sure I'm not just copying someone else. Is the next big mock going to be Munilist? No, it's not going to be Munilist. Yeah, that's why you got to come to the streams, Wookie Brick. Wookie Brick. I like to incentivize and to reward people who show up to stuff, support me. If you want even more early access, you could always join my Patreon account. I give early updates. You get early look at projects. Like, people on Patreon already know about the new project shipped that I was talking about, just barely. They know what that is. They've seen pictures of it. They know where I'm at with, like, how many parts I have for it and stuff. But I think I'm just going to start doing, like, gaming streams on my Patreon, too, at some point. Heading out. Have a good night, everyone. See you later, Swagger. Appreciate you joining. I have that Geonosian dual set. I really like it. Yeah, I think it would be so cool to get another one of those. Yeah, I saw his Solar Sailor looked really cool, Bacon. He does a really good job. Like, he doesn't miss when it comes to designing vehicles. It's very impressive. Very impressive. Hey, Commander Crashed. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. A little tired today, but I feel like I say that every day. So, guess you could say I'm normal. Starmax. Dude, I actually, Tepico City, or not, sorry, that's Camino. Auto Gunga is one I would like to do, actually. It's funny you say that, Starmax, because that one is definitely one that's on the list. Not the most popular or requested, but, you know, from just me personally, I would like to do that one. Oh, Admiral Dova with the $2 dono. Hope this can help with that Padme fig. Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Every donation is always just a huge, huge boost to me and the channel, so thank you. I probably should have just gotten that Padme fig because she was like $20 cheaper than they normally are. Maybe I'll check after the stream and see if she's still available. Kind of funny how David's 6th most popular video is his Clone Army video from 2010 from the lake. I know, right? I think that video got recommended to me the other day. Like, I clicked on it, I was like, oh, a Clone Army video? And I was like, oh, that's old. It's from the olden days. The coolest scene from 2003 is where the Munilist 10 rescue Jedi being wiped out by Grievous. That is a pretty cool scene. I'm at the Mall of America, pretty excited because I got the UCS Star Destroyer, had them hold it because I don't want to haul it around the mall. Any advice for building it? I would say block out a very large section of time. Takes a long time to build. And then make sure, I'd say double, just make sure you pay attention with the Technic. I screwed up with the Technic and had to go back, and it's just a pain. Take your time, enjoy it, you know. The usual stuff. You know, I haven't seen anyone do a Clone Wars Jabim. Oh, you said it! I was wondering if anyone was going to bring up Jabim. Jabim is actually one that I've been thinking about for a long time. I think that's one of the just very few, just truly epic EU clone battles that I really, really want to do. I think Jabim would be so cool. And I have a lot of 212. Dang it, it's the wrong bin. Brickopotamus. Bro. I didn't know you were still alive. How you been, man? What you been up to? Best custom clones are from the Minifig Co. I don't know if I've bought anything from them. Not Jabim. Why not, Admiral Dova? What's wrong with Jabim? Yeah, it has been a while since someone did Felucia, huh? The AT-AT on Jabim makes me want to puke. Why? Why does it make you want to puke? Yeah, I think Jabim would be really cool. Plus, it's just an epic battle. Got Commander Cody, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Someone did Jabim for my mock contest, and not to give anything away, but he did really well. He did really well. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I would recommend checking it out. It's not big, but it's very well done. Funny, Jabim was one of my favorites, most favorite from the EU Clone Wars era, although in the comics it was a little dark. It still had an amazing battle, especially the AT-ATs. Yeah, it is a pretty, like, it's a pretty, you said it, dark battle, for sure. Not the Republic's finest moment, for sure. Is Jabim the one with Mace Windu going ham on the B2s? That's Coruscant from the 2003 Clone Wars. That's a pretty funny scene. He's just punching his hand through super battle droids, force pulling, force pushing. He's going nuts. He's going wild. All I remember from Jabim is the dumb clone AT-ATs. I honestly don't know what the clone AT-AT is. I'd probably substitute that for like an ATTE or something. Battle of Sarish would be cool. Also, 212th and Gregor was MIA in that battle. Yeah, that's another good one. Sarish has been one that I've considered. I actually was going to... I can't remember if I was going to do it or if I was close to doing it. Or I can't remember if it was that one or Jabim. I get Sarish and Jabim confused sometimes. What are your thoughts on the AT-AP? I feel like it's one of the most overlooked vehicles. It's alright. I don't know. Not my favorite vehicle, personally. I'll tell you what vehicle's overrated. The clone turbo tank. Juggernaut. I think that thing's very overrated. My least favorite Lego theme. I don't pay attention to a lot of like late non-Star Wars Lego themes. So I don't really have like a least favorite. One that I don't get would probably be Video, obviously. Along with everybody else. Ryloth would be cool. I did do a fairly decent sized Ryloth mock a while ago. Battle from Ringo Vinda. Sorry, I probably said it wrong from the first episode of the Clone Wars Season 6. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Ringo Vinda. How do you say that? Ringo Vinda. I can almost picture Ringo Vinda. Is that where Doom is? Doom and his units. Umbara mock would be cool of the Umbaran tank set. Yeah, I tried Umbara a while ago. Didn't turn out super great. The video's doing alright though. I think it's coming up on 10,000 views, which is nice. I'm not sure of the name. Yeah, I think it is that one. Dathomir. Yeah, Dathomir would be a cool one. That was like an uncharacteristically scary episode. Like, it didn't like scare me, but just like the way, I don't know. The Night Sisters were pretty intimidating with like their zombies and stuff, and like just the way the droids showed no fear, because obviously they're droids. You know, they're like the Dathomir, the Night Sisters. Their total element of intimidation was lost. Like, it was so cool. I feel like that episode is where you see the droid army at its best, in my opinion. Just like, this is why droids are so effective. You know, like clone troopers, you definitely would have done well, but you know, they would have been intimidated. There's no getting around that. They would have been scared. There would have been confusion and panic, but none from the droids. They just like no fear whatsoever. So I really liked that. I liked that portrayal, especially General Grievous too. On that episode, he did really good. Very uncharacteristic of him. Ringo Vinda is basically an alien version of Qua. Okay, so I am thinking of the right place. See, there's just so many projects to do. It's hard to pick. Every time I start to think like, oh no, I'm running out of ideas, I just get flooded with ideas. Have you ever considered building Mandalore? No, I haven't, to be honest, just because, you know, kind of like same thing as Kashyyyk. It's been done a lot. Solid Brick Studios just did an astronomically good job, and so I have no desire to attempt it. You know, another future idea for mock building would be from the Republic Commando game where the squad enters the abandoned... Oh, yeah, I know, right? That would be pretty cool. I like playing those levels. Those levels are intense, especially when it goes dark and you have to use your night vision, and there's the Trandoshan slavers jumping out at you. Got dead clone troopers everywhere. Dathomir's another victim of Dave Filoni. What did Dave do to Dathomir? Man, the scariest episode from the Clone Wars for me as a kid was the one with the zombie. Oh yeah, that one's terrifying. That one's scary. Like, I watched that one not too long ago, and it didn't scare me, but it was still like unsettling. I was like, oh, this is intense. You know, like when they send those clone troopers back and you just hear them start screaming and then they disappear. Nuts. New Republic Siege of Kuat would be an awesome mod. That would be cool. That sounds awesome. Anything with Siege in the name just automatically sounds cool. See you later, Dual Productions. Appreciate you stopping by. I really hope we get a Geonosian figure pack in the summer. That would be cool. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like we're getting a lot of Attack of the Clone sets this year, so that's definitely in the realm of possibility. 2009 was a different time for kids' shows. It's true, it was. It's back before everything had to be so just bland. To make sure not to offend or scare or do anything to anybody. As a result, you get oatmeal TV shows. When I was younger and first played it, I literally got jump scared so many times from the Trandoshans, but afterwards I wanted to play horror games. I love watching like cutscenes from horror games, not the bloody ones, but like more like just the scary ones, jump scare ones. They're fun. Like, did you guys ever play Slender Man growing up? We would play that. You'd put headphones on, so it was like totally immersive. That was fun. Good times. Dave retconned Dathomir into a planet of dark side witches and zombies when it was completely different before he came in. What was it before he came in? I didn't even know that. Or that one with the droid assassin on Mandalore Senator's ship from Season 2, the scene where those two troopers in R2 were checking cargo. That one sounds familiar. I don't remember that one super well, though, but it is ringing some bells. I find that a good scare in the morning is better than caffeine. Just start out the day by playing a little horror game, then you're ready to go. Best years for the Clone Wars, Episode 3, 2007, 9, 13, and 14. Is that like Lego sets or what? Trying to think of what episode that is. It's not the one where they blow up. It's not those other droids that blow up the power to the Senate building, right? It's from Season 2. Assassin droid. Looks like spiders. Why can't I think of that? Oh, Lego sets. Yeah, those are some solid use. Although this year is set to be like, so far, this could be one of those years that's like right up there, especially if these summer sets live up to the hype. It's going to be quite the year for Lego. What's the worst Star Wars character? I don't like, worst Star Wars character? That girl, the female Gungan from the Blue Shadow virus is really annoying. I didn't really like the scientist from the Blue... Really, the Blue Shadow virus was not great. I had a sort of mini disaster a week ago. I dropped my phone on top of a base plate of figs, including Phase 2 Gree, Episode 2, Queen Padme, and a bunch of clones and Jedi. Ooh. Brutal, dude. I'm surprised your phone did that much damage. Must have a massive phone. Hope we get that AT. I'm so excited. I'm probably the most excited for the ATTE for sure. It'll be nice to add a new variant to my collection because I've got a bunch of the 2013s. So it'll be nice to have something else. That's funny. Slenderman was the first horror game I played when it came out. Nice. That's a classic right there. That one is scary. You're watching your friend play and you're like, oh my gosh, look at him jump. What an idiot. And then you play it and you're like, oh man, this is kind of scary. You know, you get like 5 notes in, or not 5 notes in, but like 2 notes in. I don't remember how many there are total, and you're just scary. We would always try and go get the one in the building first, because oh man, if you waited till later, he could trap you in there. Pretty easy. Still Rey, yeah, Rey, she's definitely up there for me too. Rey and Finn, and Rose. Honestly, I hate Rose more than Rey. Wasn't the impact, it was the explosion. Gotcha. This time for the ATT, I hope we get more clones. I would be surprised if we got a bunch of clones in it. Lego doesn't really seem to be putting lots of clone troopers in their larger sets. I could see us getting a Jedi. For sure we'll get a Jedi. I bet we'll get like a battle droid and then maybe a clone trooper. Wow, I totally don't even remember that episode, Starmax. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. Weird. Jar Jar was dethroned 7 years ago. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jar Jar. People know I love Gungans. That love does not include Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get anything for episode 3's anniversary. I keep putting that on the wrong side. The ATT is a dream of 7-year-old me. Can't wait to pick that one up day one. Oh yeah, I'm going to get as many of those as I can. UK bricks and pieces directs you immediately to pick a brick. That's weird. What are you doing on UK's bricks and pieces? Bacon? Good news, in the latter half of 2022, Lego's going to start shipping North American bricks and pieces orders in a warehouse in America. Ooh, that'll be nice. That'll make a huge difference for us in the US. Isn't Attack of the Clones turning 20 this year? Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary. That's why we're hoping for a bunch of Attack of the Clones themed sets in conjunction with that. Do you think we'll get for the anniversary of episode 3? Whew. You know, I would have to see what we get with episode 2 to know. to see like what's Lego going to be focusing on. What are they, what sets are they looking to make? Probably know better after this year. I know this will never happen for years to come, but I would love to get the Clone Wars vehicles that were used for taking out the Trade Federation in Attack of the Clones. Are you talking about the giant laser cannons, the SPHATs? Oh, see you later, Rocky Road Bricks. Sorry, I didn't see that until just now. Have a great day. Honestly, probably the only occasion for Attack of the Clone sets is the 20th anniversary. I know, that's why I'm hoping we'll get some stuff that isn't like strictly Clone Wars. Like we'll get like some Naboo stuff, maybe like Queen Amidala's starship. That would be so cool. The silver one. I think that would be such an awesome set. Obviously, it probably wouldn't be silver, but still would be cool. Just realized the gaps between the Lucas Star Wars movies compared to the Kennedy ones. Lucas was 3 years per movie. Kathy was 1. I mean, it shows. When you try and just pump out movies, shows. Sometimes, sometimes masterpieces take work. The Hellfire droid was the weirdest set in a wave of mostly... Yeah. I know. Isn't that such a weird set? I think about that from time to time. Like, what? It's a cool set, but just so random. Yeah, I know. Me too, Director KW. I was actually going to build that set. Or I was going to build that vehicle for like a mock building series, and I decided to do Geonosis instead. I enjoyed Geonosis more. It would have been hard to turn that one into like a weekly building mock building segment, I think. But I still would like to do it at some point. Maybe we can get Bacon Bricks to design one. What's your opinion on the new N1 Naboo Starfighter? Are you talking about Mandos? I don't know. Like, the ship itself is cool. I just don't think it's right for the Mandalorian. Bro, Will Brooks Productions. He's gracing us with his presence. The Acclimator, not Acclimator, the Venator man himself. How was school? I feel like we would get Queen Amidala's ship for the anniversary of Episode 3. Why? Because you briefly see it on Mustafar? I feel like you see it more in Attack of the Clones. Or even Episode 1. Oh, I got a decent chunk of this taken care of. It's going to definitely take me a while to take this apart. Venator Man, like the name. The Venator Man. Who wouldn't want to be known as the Venator Man? Alright, we'll probably go for about 10 more minutes or so. I gotta go run a couple errands. Wish I could just take a nap after this. I remember as like a really little kid hating nap time. But now I'm like, nap time? I hated that? Mandatory nap every day? Heck yeah. Will Venator Productions. That's what you need to change your name from Will Bricks to Will Venator Productions. Dude, this snot thing I'm working on in the Venator is giving me a hard time. Sounds like it if it's snot. Snot's rough. Like the building, building snot itself is easy, but then trying to connect it to things that aren't snot, that's when you run into problems. I had that happen when I was building my landing platforms for Utapau. I have a feeling the Naboo starfighter will just be temporary for Mando Grogu. I hope so. It's a dumb ship. It looks cool. I mean, gotta give him style points. Probably because as kids we had unlimited. It's so true. Austin, as kids, I was like, I could do this forever. Now I'm like, ooh, I need a nap. Plus, as a kid, you do a lot less. You have much less stress in your life. You have a lot less weighing you down. You have that simple joy of being a child. Yes, connecting things to snot, especially a panel, is killing me. You need to further decisions on convention. It'll probably depend. So we definitely won't be going to Brick Fair, Virginia. Gotta just rip that Band-Aid off right now. We saw the dates, and we have a family reunion that's like the next week. So I don't want to take time off to go to Virginia and then come back and then have a family reunion right after. So won't be able to go to that one, unfortunately. So if we do end up going to one, it'll be Chicago. Ow, the Starfighter's small for Mando. Yeah, it's just kind of weird going from like the Razor Crest to the N1, you know what I mean? Like, give me a bounty hunter, another bounty hunter out there that uses a tiny one-seater Starfighter. Even the Slave 1's bigger than that. Did you just call the beautiful N1 bad? Bad for Mando. The ship itself isn't bad. I just think as a bounty hunter, wouldn't you want a little bit more? And I know there are people who are saying he's not a bounty hunter anymore, and he didn't say that. He didn't expressly say, hey, Will Harper. Sorry, I missed you there. And see you later, Team Anakin Skywalker. How you doing? How you doing, William? Too bad TBC doesn't want to come to Dump Cargo. I know, he's too good. He's probably just embarrassed to admit that he can't afford to go to both. So he's trying to make it seem like he doesn't even want to go to Chicago. We'll see if we end up going to Chicago. We still have to decide if financially it's a good idea. Don't want to go broke, Gotta pay them bills. They just wanted to sell a cheaper toy than the Razor Crest. They're like, we need something that's easier to mass produce. Can we just do that yellow thing that Anakin rode in as a kid? You could crank those out like crazy. Oh, see you later, Star Max. Man, why am I so bad at seeing people leave? Sorry. My bad. Good. Now that the competition is over, I'm building onto my mock and making it bigger. Nice. I was surprised with how big it was. You were ambitious. I like it, Will. Tackling the large mock. It's good. There, the mock has officially been cut in half. So this half will be staying, this half will be taken apart and then melded into this half side. Whatever. Whatever you want to call it. Also, we're only 2 likes away from this goal for the live stream, which is 60. So if you haven't yet, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's go. High chance of coming to Chicago. I would say a mid-range chance. I also don't know what I'm going to bring. Like, what do I bring? I got to bring something. You know, as a mock builder, especially one who's done as many mocks as I have, I feel like I can't show up empty-handed. I really want to bring the acclimator, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to transport it. Any suggestions for mock building? I would go check out on my channel, Connor. I have a couple videos. One is called how to pose your 7 poses to improve your minifig posing, something like that. And then another one, 5 tips to improve your mocks. I would recommend going and checking those out. Because, you know, that's my advice, is in those videos. Demkako is beautiful. Welcome back, Duel. Are freeform mocks hard? Yes and no. You get the freedom of, like, you know, it's kind of easy to just put base plates down and then build a frame around them. That being said, coming up with the shape and then coming up with the design for that frame is really hard. So, you know, there's a give and take. There's things about it that are easy and things about it that are hard. But I'd say it's harder than just building on a base plate, for sure. But in my opinion, it's much more rewarding and improves your mock a lot more. Which is why I do it when I can. Obviously, for like my large scale mocks, I can't do freeform. It's not feasible. Coconut, you should take a portion of every mock you make and make a small vignette out of it as a memento, and maybe print a label sticker for a plaque of each. Actually, that's what I've been doing, Will. I have little bits and pieces from all of my mock saves. So I have something from Naboo, something from Umbara, something from Ryloth, something from Utapau, and I have something from Kid and Moidia. That one's still built, though. The Acclimator, I beg you. It would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to see, like, people be able to see it in person. Just because it looks really cool in person. Like, you guys know how it is. Nothing looks as good on camera as it does in person. It's hard to really see the size. And I want people to see it, to enjoy it. I'm building Geonosis right now. Hey, I'm taking apart Geonosis. Look at that. When worlds collide. Alright, I'm probably going to wrap up the stream now because I got some stuff I got to go do. So if you have any last questions, comments, anything, drop them down in the chat. How awesome is that, Coconut? We're in tune with great ideas, it seems. I know, right? Great minds think alike, as they say. I think it's important to keep a little portion of the mock, you know, just like a little memento, a little thing to remember. Remember that mock by. Oh, I heard a baby crying, and I was like, what is that? And then it's just the neighbor's baby underneath me, underneath my apartment. It would look cool next to the Venator. I also plan on putting 2 light cruisers. Wow. You're gonna have a ton of stuff to display. The Brick Wiz said that if I do end up going to hit him up, and he'll get me a space to display with Empire Lug. And I was like, oh, whoa, I'm flattered. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so that'll probably do it for me. Remember, this Thursday, mock contest winners will be announced. So mark your calendars, stay tuned. And then another Cato update, probably one of the last, because not this next week. We had a really good turnout. Thank you for the donation as well. It was from... it was from... It was like Admiral something. Admiral Dovar, I think. But I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I will catch you all later. But until next time, happiest of building. Peace out.